And we're back. How is everyone doing?
So good.
We've
for mysterious undead king, maybe.
So yeah, before you size what is obviously the site of a formal battlefield, uncovered by long buried in the mud, but uncovered by the river changing its course. So there are great rusted chassis of and the shapes of what were once maybe some kinds of large gun structures or similar. There are bones and some of these corpses have been buried so densely in the mud that they still have mummified remains. And there's this pole with on top of it a three-tined fork with a tassel attached, a red tassel attached to each tine, and then beneath it, on a bar beneath the fork, there is a red and gold banner with, I think, no, it's not a lion. That doesn't make sense. Emily, was there any were there any elven houses that you remember having animals as their big thing? I don't remember.
Quickly to the formal wiki.
Yeah, exactly. Not that I recall. Right. But I feel
in which case it's a golden bird.
Cool.
On the thing. There is a cart in the center of the battlefield that is turned over, and it seems to be the thing that the battle was fought over. The cart is turned over away from you, so you can't see what was sat on it. But that was clearly the central point of the contention. What will you do?
I give an excited squeal and begin gathering bones and putting them in my bag.
The ground underfoot is still marshy, and your feet sink a solid 6 inches into the mud beneath you as you slop your way through the former riverbed.
Sort of take to doing it kind of like an awkward water bird where I lift my legs up really high. It looks completely absurd.
There's a bunch of. Sorry.
No, you.
You start pulling the bones out of these bodies. Some of them have still got their fancy red and gold uniforms with the buttons down the front, and the what were probably once bright white breeches, and I think you can see the force, the opposing force that attacked to try and get these caravans, this cart presumably was dressed in a much more practical dark probably camouflage between ashen gray shades. But yeah, they're definitely dressed much more practically for skirmishing sort of combat.
Sparrow, may I borrow your eyes?
As long as they stay in my head, yes.
Yeah, and Calic laughs, and she's just raising this torch that's glowing softly white with Nadomu's light. She's just starting to go over the battlefield and examine it to figure out what happened here, who were these people, and racking her brain for historical trivia, but mainly looking for anything that is revealed by Nadomu's light as particularly prominent, to see if anything shines back particularly strongly. And she's not the youngest person in the world, and so she would like her friend with good eyesight, who is very cool, to assist her.
Cool. Confirmed.
You got it.
Confirmed by Thorn.
What is this? What are we trying to
I feel like this is a discern realities.
Yep.
I think
And
so.
like if oh sorry, DC, you
No, I agree.
yeah, and I think like it's also bridging into like if at any point along the way we run into a cool like particularly distinctive bit of iconography, I
then
think it's
you would
also
be
set
able
up for
to
like
spout
a
lore about it.
lore.
Yep. Cool. Right. Let's do
I feel like
that first.
that is
one.
what's happening.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Let's do the thing.
And then I will provide aid.
I'm good at spouting. Well, I'm not good at spouting lore, but I'm good at discerning realities.
Aid is not required.
Not at all.
Wisdom is my best stat.
Good.
Except not anymore. Charisma is also my best stat now.
Good job.
What happened here recently to a certain value of recently? Or is that, or am I asking the question too much? If I'm like, what was the last really significant thing to happen here?
I mean, like, if your question is what happened here recently, then the answer is
It'll be about the river. No, I'm not. interested.
someone walked out of this battlefield.
Oh, okay. That's interesting to me.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh.
What?
Starting to come together.
It is starting to come together.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
This is a really interesting question because it's to you.
Yeah, and I would like flavor that with like I feel like the flagpole and all that is like we already know that that's presumably in some way useful or valuable.
There is a well-preserved body of an officer.
Okay.
That appears to have died protecting the carriage, and thus was like under the carriage until it got like turned over when the river moved. And so like you can see he's in a dress uniform. You could if you were to spend some time examining that, you would learn a lot.
I turn to Kalak and I say, "You cannot lead if you do not wear the raiment."
From memory, I think the only one who heard that was Bao. I think we are meriting.
But I kind of, it would be fun if you just said that by coincidence, and then I could.
Yeah.
I like that because it's slightly different wording, but like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I just like kind of like my head like swivels, and I just stare at you really intently.
Yeah, and
And then I
Kalak
just
just like
Bao's just got like a
Kalak-
handful of Bao's just got a handful of like really good teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm just like holding them like this, and I just.
Awesome.
I'd forgotten how much I liked it when Emily acted out her really strange creeper characters. I misgive all of a sudden. And so my third question is, I would like to ask, who's really in control here?
Oh wow! Hey Stephen, no, sorry. I kind of feel like I want to know: are you keeping like a good watch, or are you investigating? All right, cool. In which case, In which case, Thorn is the person who is really in control here because he is like watching for things outside the
Battlefield. Yeah.
Technically,
battlefield.
you are
Like-
correct in what you just said.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like Thorn is currently the one who, because I think Thorn, you spot like a figure moving in the dark, and I think that makes you the person in control.
Yeah.
Yes.
I call out to the figure. I say, "Show yourself. Who goes there?" And then I call to my friends, companions. We're not alone.
I pass my torch to Sparrow to like hold. And I'm like take care of Thorn. like he is crucial in this, and I am going to dedicate myself to examining this dress, uniform, and this officer's body in detail and see what I can make of that.
So yeah, the figure covers its like cowers and retreats into the brush.
Does it now?
Yeah.
I sort of make like a no noise.
But I think you're paying attention, Kalak, to the dress uniform. If you want to spout lore about it.
Yes, yes, I am, and that is taking advantage of. I feel like that's definitely taking advantage of one of the answers.
Yes, I think so. Yes, you can.
I would make the case that it is taking advantage of the first as well, because the reason that Kalak cares who these people were and what happened here is because one of them got up and walked out and is still walking around. Like otherwise, I'm
not going to grant you the second bonus one, but I'll give you one.
That's fair. Yeah, because otherwise it's just ancient history, and it can just like you got to let it go.
Yeah,
it's like the tower. You're just gonna like give it all up.
All right. This person was a general. This person was the highest rank you can have as a military officer. This person was. Or you could have in this, whatever it was.
Yeah, like they were the pinnacle of the command chain.
As a military officer.
Military, yeah. Okay. Interesting. And is there anything else, like, in the carriage that is an obvious, like, the thing they were protecting?
A coffin.
Shit.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool.
What's everyone doing?
I want to check which, remind myself which totems I have. But I'm going to, like, put the bones that I've collected into the bag and, like, sort of, like, swing the bag around sort of the back of me so it's out of the way and go over to Thorn and Sparrow and, like, kind of, stand on the other side of Thorn from where Sparrow is with the light and, like, kind of, peer into the darkness and just sort of try to look around and be prepared should this mysterious dark figure return.
Are you defending or are you discerning realities? Or neither? You don't have to be doing either.
I would like to discern realities. Yeah, I want to work out how to make them come back.
Cool. Yep. So you're discerning realities about them. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Emily, you made it to the bone zone.
I did. I'm very pleased. Okay. Yes. Right.
Nice.
Many question.
Do the thing.
Okay, so I have 3 questions plus my fancy question. I would like to know what is about to happen. What here is not what it appears to be. What here is useful or valuable to me, and what do the spirits whisper here?
Nice. The spirits here whisper. The spirits here continue to whisper a dirge. What is about to happen? You hear a sound as something flies through the night and like just like Thorn, something just whisks by your head.
Thorn is definitely being like taking a defensive stance just in general. Like as soon as that figure moved back into the underbrush, Thorn was like on the defensive, protecting the group. Is this like a nightingale type thing or like a projectile weapon type thing? Does Thorn get a sense?
Projectile weapon type thing.
Okay.
Sounds like a blue dart.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like without seeing the source of it, it just comes from the darkness outside of the radius of this lantern.
Yeah, you can probably
torch.
make out the silhouette. Like you can see the silhouettes of the like brush that this thing disappeared into, and it's clearly firing out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I call to my companions. I say, companions, we are under assault.
What here is not what it appears to be was one of your questions, Emily. There is like one of those like decayed uniforms that you've seen. So off the battlefield, between here and like where that creature is, one of the like heavy boots of that uniform, of the like dark camo uniform, is like strewn as if this figure might have left it behind.
As in, like they might have been like tampering with things, and then
Something like that.
okay. And then did you answer
What here is useful or valuable to me?
Specifically, like I'm kind of thinking, about this like figure,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it can
yeah,
be like this includes the spooky shit, obviously.
I think it's fear of you. You sense it on the wind.
Of like us as a group.
Yes. You as people.
Us as people. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think I say that as well. Like I nod when Thorn says like we're under assault, and I say I think they're scared of us. The ghosts here are sad because somebody died.
The king?
Maybe the king.
Is there a name on the coffin, Ash?
No, I don't think there would be. There would be.
Or like paperwork of some kind, like in the carriage.
There is on the coffin. There is a golden songbird.
Oh, I have a suggestion, but if Thorn is already doing something, that's fine.
I was gonna try to call out and do a parlay where the thing that they want is safety, right?
Yeah, yeah. What do you call out?
So I wanted to call out. It's like you tell me that they're afraid, and I hold up the plow and I hold up my other hand, out in front of me, and I call into the dark. I say, "Whoever you are, we know you're there. You have nothing to fear from us if we have nothing to fear from you." And I just like slowly I'm lowering the plow towards the ground, like horizontal, in a gesture of like, I'm willing to put this down if you are.
I as you start doing that, I like put both hands up and imitate you like as like perfectly as I can, and just do this like the same movement as you do it.
Are you aiding me?
Perhaps.
Let's-
I would be.
Let's roll the parlay and see how that goes.
Yeah, if you need help, I can absolutely do that.
Oh, I do. I need a lot of help.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like when Thorn makes a gesture to lay down his weapon, it just looks like this massive, like huge axe.
Sounds like you're helping with
This
charisma.
is charisma based, isn't it? Damn
You know it.
All right.
Oh
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So what? They'll do what we ask, but need some concrete assurance right now.
I mean, yeah, you have to have your hands, like the weapons have to be on the ground and the hands have to be up.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that's what I do. Sure. And then I place the plow on the ground, and then I step forward in their direction to the edge of the light, and my hands are up. But I'm very clearly positioning myself in a defensive, like putting my body between the enemy and the rest of the party kind of situation.
Yeah, my question is like, so we know that like Bao is mimicking. What are the other two doing? Are you joining in?
Calic is still inside the carriage. Like I think Calic is just like in a bit. Like
I think I call out
inside the
to
carriage.
her. I call out to her and I'm like, Calic, we're making friends with a person.
Calic
You should
is
come and make friends.
very suspicious.
Just don't scare them.
Sparrow has the lantern up.
It is you have been given a torch.
A torch.
Just so that we are clear on like which illumination source it is this time, it is the torch.
Yeah.
Because the lantern shines farther and it is like a relevant factor.
Cool. In which case, yeah, a humanoid creature that seems like parts of it kind of like half stumbles out of the bush. It's got the rotting remains of this combat uniform on it, and or like parts of it. It's I think you can see it like it doesn't seem to quite know how to use to find its balance walking, and I think it falls as it does so. But it's right on the edge of your lantern light. You can only kind of really make it out as a like silhouette. And it just I think it speaks out to you. Someone, probably Bow. No, I think it's Thorn because you're closest. Thorn, it has more than 4 limbs.
It does?
The creature, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it calls out in a hoarse, in a like sickly man's voice. The common equivalent of wherefore doth thou call to me? Who goes?
Right, like a really old language.
You can kind of make it out, but you're like, what?
I turn to Bow and I say, Bow.
I feel like Emily, if you're cool with it, I think at this point we hear Calic's voice reply. Or unless do you want to do?
I mean, I have some things I can do.
Okay, if you want to do a thing, no, you do a thing.
I can assist with this situation. I sort of look back and I make eye contact with Thorn and turn my head to the side and I say, are we making friends? And it's like a do you want me to do something that isn't making friends?
And I just reply, you tell me.
Yeah, okay.
This situation is beyond Thorn's ken, and he's definitely throwing it to someone a little weirder.
Okay, I'm gonna go right into this. So I start moving. I'm gonna start moving toward it.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna and I'm gonna say to it, hello, my name's Bao. What's your name?
Yeah, and it like a dry hacking cough comes from it, and it calls out, and it says, Lieutenant Rochelle, reporting. What doth thou want from me?
And I'm I'm sort of inching forward as it's talking, trying to use the opportunity to get closer and see it more clearly.
Doth thou serve the Emperor?
I kind of I pause because I'm trying to work out what the right answer is, and then I'm like, yeah, the Emperor is great.
And yeah, it tries to shuffle itself back and is like, back then, foul knave.
Oh, was that the wrong answer? No, I'm sorry. I don't like the Emperor. Did you? Are you meant to be dead?
It stops for a moment and looks down at its self. You and at this point, I think you're close enough that you can see that great insectoid mandible that is like burst forth from the corner of his jaw and is like starting to engulf his starting to like engulf what was once like his shattered jaw.
That's very
And I think from one side, that fifth limb is like is an arm breaking through between his ribs to like emerge. And I think you can see that like over one eye and like part of his head, this chitinous like growth has started to like engulf his face and probably the exposed parts of his flesh. One of his knees has broken in such a way that now it bends in the wrong direction.
And the person parts of this creature, are they clearly like rotted? Like are they?
They're
does it-
mummified.
Mummified. Okay, yeah. So this is like dead person who is somehow becoming a chitin, which is that's news. That's interesting.
This is
Do you
very
get
District
do you
9,
like
and I'm into
get
it.
closer? Because then I can give you more information if you
Yep,
if you
I
close the
continue to move closer.
Cool. So if you get within
I
distance,
keep pace with Bao.
okay. So yeah, I think Thorn then is probably if Thorn's slightly off to the side, Thorn is going to notice that like in like its like kidney there is this like pulsing like slight like the smallest little nightlight kind of seed thing like stabbed into him. It's kind of got this like slow thrumming pulse of just like a little bit of like bluey purpley reddy light that is just like a little nightlight that's just you can see is like bleeding into him.
I would like to, while this is going on, take the banner out of the ground.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have to like move back into the battlefield proper and wrench it out of the hands of the man who died holding it aloft. But yeah, you can do that.
You hand the torch off to someone.
I got a spare hand, a torch in one hand, banner in the
You know
other.
what I mean?
But then like
I mean, if you
they're
go
not
away,
going to
then
see
you can
be able to see without you.
Yes.
Be super cool and throw it to Thorn. You know you want to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he'll
Yeah.
catch you without looking.
I mean,
Over the
that
shoulder.
obviously happens.
That might scare the
I mean, it's currently holding a sword up.
human.
Yeah, not if you're cool enough. If you're cool, I'll just be impressed.
Alright, I'll throw it.
I'm not going to require a roll for that. Like, it just looks cool as heck.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes!
Like, obviously, like you toss it and Thorn snatches it out of the air. Yeah.
Planted in the ground in front of me, and then
At this point, yeah, you can see like this. His mummified skin is turning grey. What were teeth in his mouth have turned into like horrible little like needly spindles emerging from his
Yeah.
gums. Yeah.
I gestured to his kidney and I pointed out to Bao. I said, "Bao, what is this?"
Okay, I actually wonder whether I know anything about this. Could I potentially spout lore?
Oh
See
yes.
if I have encountered this kind of thing, because like
Yes.
I know some stuff sometimes.
Ash,
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, Calic has like emerged from,
Sounds good.
or at the very least is peering out from the carriage.
You didn't-
Is it
you-
flinching? Is it flinching back from the torch?
I just want to check. You didn't open the coffin, did you?
No.
Cool. Great. Cool. Then yeah, you
That's a
emerge.
shame.
You emerge out, and
No,
yeah,
she's,
you,
like
you see it.
she's looking. I don't think she's left yet.
If you
she's just
come
like,
out with the special magic Gandalf light, then yeah, it flinches away.
no, like because the torch is the special magic Gandalf light.
Oh, in which case it's flinching away from
Like
the
it doesn't
special
have to be in my hands to be consecrated.
magic. Then yeah, it doesn't like it.
Cool. Okay, that is yeah. I think Calic is just like, all right, they're like making friends with the thing out here. I'm doing a thing in here, but like, are they okay? And is just like peering out like a window of the carriage or something. And yeah, sees all of this nonsense.
Does anyone want to help me here, or
I think that Thorn is already helping, so Thorn can aid.
am I helping her know things?
You're pointing out things.
Or is
right?
it
You're
just
saying,
the
like, look at
pointing out
this
is
bit,
also
right?
help? Okay.
You're drawing attention to the salient details.
Yeah.
from my
Have I
perspective.
does that just count as aid for her, or
I think in this situation it does.
Okay, cool. So wait, do I have to roll, or is it
Yeah,
just
you have to roll.
automatically?
Yeah, you need to roll intelligence. Yeah.
All right.
Intelligence
Or
or
wisdom.
wisdom?
It's
Pointing
wisdom.
out details.
Yeah, I think it's wisdom in
Yeah.
this case. Yeah.
Ah, well, then I will choose wisdom as a consequence of my wisdom being +0. Check it out! I helped you
Lovely.
so much.
So,
This is great, 'cause we-
what is it? How do you describe it, Thorn? Like, you're look, it's a such and like it looks like such and such, or it's like, what is it? What is it?
Something.
Yeah, I think I point to it and I say, "Thou, what is that?" And then I address the creature and I say, "Sir, dost that cause thou pain?"
Yeah. It seems, and it like turns to look and like kind of like with as if it hadn't seen it or noticed it until now. It's like, and yeah, seems like confused and scared by everything that's going on. Like, everything is very confusing and scary right now. In which case, Bao, you've seen one of these before, but it was smaller. It was much larger. This is much smaller.
Where did I see it?
I know.
Hey, DC, where have we seen it before?
We saw it underground in the cavern with the trapdoors. It was the thing that all of the whatchamacallits were born out of.
Right.
We burned it.
Is Chitin
Yes,
the
the
word you're looking
Chitins.
for?
Yeah.
Well, this is different. This is different to that, though, isn't it? Because that was like an organic kind of like.
It's a tiny one.
Yeah, but this is. Can you describe it again? Because I got the impression that this is more like.
It's like
It
a
was
little
like a
pine cone. It's a pine. This is like a pine cone.
This is like okay, yeah. Right. Okay. There you go. So yeah, I think
This guy is definitely, if he were in the ground, he definitely would have been the best preserved of the corpses.
Right. So yeah, I say, I kind of like, turn my head to the side and I look at it and I say, it's like a seed or an egg. We saw a really big one and lots of things grew out of it.
I don't like the sound of that.
No. It was causing a mess.
Do we get rid of it?
Well, And I sort of like look at the person and kind of sadly, are they just like sort of still like holding the sword and looking worried?
Yes, they're holding it with surprisingly good form, considering the fact that they're not quite sure how to use like one of their arms and one of their legs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I sort of say, I think I say back to the others, well, seems like this person is trying to be something like that, but they haven't got there yet. I don't know, it seems a little sad.
Someone might have put it inside of him.
Maybe if we just take that bit out. We could just take that bit out and see what happens.
It might kill them.
He doesn't.
That's true.
It doesn't look like it wants anything close to it.
Yeah, and
That's
like
fine.
yeah, and it's like the creature is like I'll have a pound of your flesh, not you of mine. Like
And I'm going to whip one of my like little totems out of my bag and hold it out and speak its name.
yeah.
So I say the name Chua. and out of the totem, there comes a massive kind of like ghostly snake that sort of like unfurls from the totem and like shoots toward the creature and like wraps itself around them. So this one is, it says releasing this spirit summons a large snake that quickly wraps itself around your target. The victim cannot move anything but their mouth, and the effect lasts until they take damage, or you call until they take damage. That's gonna be interesting. Or you call it the snake spirit. Powerful creatures may be able to break out of the constriction, but if they do so, they take 1d6 damage.
Yeah, it tumbles to the ground, encircled by this spirit. Has anyone else seen this happen before?
No, not me.
Not on camera, yeah.
I'm not looking. I'm doing a different thing in the carriage.
Doran makes no change in his expression. Thorn probably steps forward to the creature's side, and then he like looks up at Bao as he places his hand on the seed thing.
Yeah, and I say, you'll have to do it really fast because the ghost will go away if you hurt it.
And he nods, and then
Nave.
pull.
Yeah, cool. The light fades from its eyes, and as it like slowly like goes like limp, being left by the spirit, just whispers, "The Emperor, not truly dead."
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Cut to the inside
Yeah,
of the
cut to
carriage.
the inside of the carriage.
Yep.
Like Halleck is like, so like, there's this coffin. It's got a gold nightingale. I'm guessing the bird is a nightingale.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got like a gold nightingale on it. Yeah, and she's just like looking around, and I think she reaches into her like into like her shawl and pulls out just like a little candle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like very short and very like round, and like a deep like navy blue color. And again, it speaks the words to it, and we see it with this holy radiance. And the torch outside, and I think maybe this is the cue that gets us to shift. Like the torch loses its radiance because only one flame can be consecrated at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like using this consecrated light, she starts like looking around and like, are there like ashen footprints on the floor here? Does this coffin lid look like it is like an unmoving one, or that it has recently been opened in a way that is not consistent with a battlefield that is like incredibly old?
Better roll of discern realities there, friend.
Yeah, and she's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here, because it seems bad, actually. Am I?
Theory about the ashen footsteps.
I would love to hear them. Am I, Ash? Would you say I'm acting on that first answer from Discern Realities about something having walked out of here recently?
Yep. Yes, definitely.
Cool. Right. Let's do Discern Realities. My god. At a +3, that was not a good roll.
Nope.
Bad Luke.
Allow me to scold myself for my own rolls. What question, Luke?
What is about to happen if I open the coffin?
Solid question.
Thank you.
Vampire jumps out.
I think
Solid option.
if you attempt to open the coffin, it will open. The person with the ashen hand marks could not do that thing.
Okay. Ooh.
The person with the ashen hand marks who could not do that thing started doing so after the carriage was probably struck by lightning.
Mhm.
I think Calic like calls out, and is like, "Bow."
I found a little pine cone. Do you want to see?
Perhaps later. The sign of the Nightingale. The Werevite, the Cinder King, the Emperor of all that lies between the Standing Stone
And the Sapphire Sea.
and the Sapphire Sea. Werevite, and and Calic is just like racking her memory, and like by extension, Bow's memory.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know, right? using this like this symbol as like the trigger for it.
I mean, you're choosing the exact wrong person to ask because I have like 3 years memory maximum.
I mean, like any like the
But
others,
this is very recent memory.
but also like calling out to you is necessarily something that the others can hear, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mechanically have to be you that responds, right? Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm just making contact with the rest of the party.
I feel like, yeah, Sparrow knows the most about this situation, so...
Yeah.
You have chosen the wrong thing, Luke.
And Ash, would you say I am taking +1 forward on the answer I just got?
Yep.
Just about law? Cool. Let's do it.
Sounds like someone needs to help.
Would anyone like
Luke,
to help
what
me?
are you trying to spout lore? So I am trying to spout lore about...
I want to know about the Cinder King. Like
I thought you were.
whoever the figure is, like in the coffin, like what the fuck is the House of the Nightingale? What is the Emperor of all that lies between the Standing Stone and the Sapphire Sea? What is the body in this coffin? Like what is the bigger historical picture?
Yep.
Who is in this?
Absolutely. I have
Yeah, Bao
ultimately-
can't help you with that. Bao cannot
Ultimately-
help
Yeah, so I think I just like repeat. I say, actually, this is what happens. As you start to say, Atsis, Emperor of all between the Standing Stones, and you kind of pause, and I finish the title in your voice.
Mm.
And Calic just like sighs frustrated and is like, "Thank you, Sparrow, Thorn."
I will aid you.
Yeah, cool.
I have nothing.
Alright, sounds like...
And yeah,
you're-
ultimately, Ash, like to be really specific, like the thing I care about is who is inside the coffin.
Cool.
That's ultimately what all this aims at.
I mean, there is one way to find out.
That is my next step.
I think we are about to find out unwittingly.
Yeah, exactly, because that was some fails right there.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is I have to work out what makes sense, like I have to make a move that follows.
Yeah, it's got to be consistent with the fiction.
Yeah.
Can I assist you, Ash?
What? What? No, you can't
By
assist me.
proposing a move that could follow.
Oh yeah, if you have a move that could follow, the thing is, a zombie does not pop out of the of the thing. That is not what's going to happen.
I'm always a fan of reveal an unwelcome truth.
I was just gonna say that Sparrow was planning to open the coffin anyways.
Oh well, then I'm going to hold on to that 6. And let's have Sparrow appears in the carriage. I'm gonna bank that 6 for like things happening off screen, because if that's what's happening, then that makes sense.
Yeah, so we cut to Sparrow's head like sticks in the window.
Squeak.
Yes, my friend.
Oh yeah.
And I think she like sets the candle like down, like she tips a little bit of wax and like sticks it on a surface and like reaches out to like help you in the window.
Sparrow just cracks it open.
Yeah, it's mainly an honor. It's mainly like a gesture, right? Because she's not strong. She's not a strong person. She's very soft.
Sparrow comes in, looks at it, and is like, "Oh," and like cracks open the coffin. And inside there is a headless man wearing the full military regalia of a king. Sans anything on his head, obviously.
Cool.
Why is the body here? I'm confused.
What is the regalia made of? Like, is it cloth in the same way that this officer seems to be wearing?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I take my lantern oil, I splash it in there, and I touch the consecrated flame to it and set it on fire.
The body goes up in flames. And
What happens to the regalia? I don't care about the body.
The regalia goes up in flames. In the distance, I think Thorn, because you're outside and like the one like who's like keeping watch.
Yeah, can I have picked up the plow again?
Yes.
Cool. All right, I've got the plow. I've got the standard.
I think you hear the sound of like someone howling or sobbing in sorrow. Like a long way away.
Sounds far away. Nothing to worry about.
In the meantime, though, I think the carriage is going to very quickly start sinking into the mud.
Actually, I think because I'm still outside as well, right?
Yes. Yep.
As soon as I hear that sound, I'm going to rush into the carriage, and I'm going to say rather urgently, no, put it out, and start like heaping like wet mud onto the body.
You're going to have to defy danger where the danger is the mud slowing you down.
Is that a dexterity then?
Is that how you're moving through the mud? Great.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. 9.
All right, you're not going to be able to do it before like the fire has caught, but like
okay, radical suggestion here. I have from my vision quest a +1 forward to act on the things that I learned, and I would argue that I'm acting on the thing that I learned in my vision quest by like rushing to put out this fire. Can I use my +1?
What did you learn from your vision quest?
I learned that a king can only lead an army in uniform.
Yep, cool, great. You 100% make it there just as like the flame is being like touched to the the moment the flame touches the thing, the howl starts. So yeah, it's still catching.
Yeah, it's still going to burn part of it. Yeah.
And I you're not going to get away with no damage, but you might be able to control it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I start putting mud on it. To like put the flame out, and I say, no! I think you'll make him really sad. He won't be able to get back to it if it's gone. And I'm like patting it with the mud, like he won't be able to find it again if it's gone. And then he'll just be sad forever.
In Bow speak, I think we need to get the Cinder King back into the body before we destroy it.
We've got to put his top back on. He's got the top bit's missing.
We have to find his head.
Thorn, there are 3 people in a carriage currently, and that carriage is sinking into the mud quite quickly.
I feel like Thorn, as the defender, as the only person not in the carriage, needs to go to the end of the carriage that is sinking the fastest. Lift it.
That's amazing.
Thorn is the coolest.
Thorn, are you bending bars and lifting gates?
Oh yeah, this is definitely a gate. And I am lifting it. Let's see, yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's bend bars lift gates is when you use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle. So I don't know if this
is this defy danger plus strength, right?
Yeah, this is up to you, Ash. Whichever one you want me to use.
I mean, like so this is the question: are you trying to lift the carriage, or are you trying to break the parts that would trap them in there?
I'm lifting the carriage.
Okay, then strength. Defy danger with strength.
Okay, cool. Could also potentially be a defend with strength.
Yeah,
so
I don't think it's defend.
This is a +2. So I got an 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, +2 on top of that.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, because I don't have the stat added in, so that's
Yeah,
an
yep,
8,
yep, yep,
not
yep.
a 6.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Like, what thing are you going to lose into this mud?
Oh,
Thorn?
I toss the standard to the side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Like,
it's,
I see that it's
you
hard
use the
to...
standard to like prop up part of the thing, and it
Yeah,
sinks
totally.
in to the mud.
Yep.
Like part of it breaks and snaps, and it sinks in, and you're like, okay, no, I have to like, yeah. And
And then I'm
you
like knee
you have
deep in
time-
muck, like holding up the other side, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then I call out, friends, this place is not safe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna try and.
just looks at Bao and is like, it's sinking.
We
There
gotta
is no
get.
putting him back in here now.
We just take the body out. We'll just take the
the
body out.
coffin.
And I just like start grab. Like I'm not strong enough to do this, but I like grab hold of the body and like start to try and like pull it out of the coffin and out of the carriage.
I grabbed the back of Belle's whatever they're wearing because there's lots of weird stuff. But whatever is the core of that,
There's a body in there somewhere. Yeah.
I'm not very strong either, so I'm just putting my weight into it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take the body, then if you've got 2 people working at it, you can do it.
And I'm like, Calic, come on, you got to get out of the carriage.
I think as they're lifting it out, Calic is just like staring down into the coffin and like at the body they are pulling out. Ash, is it a creature of chaos?
The body?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
And
in that case, I'm now on board.
yeah. Hold up. I'm Calic, there was some flowers in there once. I think you probably. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna tell you what they were, but it'll take me a second.
Okay. I think like, are they still like intact enough to be interacted with, or are they like completely?
Well, no, they
Like,
would have
just
been. They would have
delicate.
been preserved flowers, so they would have.
Yeah, cool. I think Calic like reaches down and like reverently like he gathers them.
Yeah,
and like
cool. Yep.
and like also exits the carriage.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. So Thorn, the three of them like clamber out as you're like sinking up to your thighs in the mud.
Yeah, totally.
And they're bringing out this headless body in this like fine, well preserved regalia.
We've made a friend.
Yeah, this body would not be this well preserved if no one had like tried to like make sure that it would not decay.
Yeah.
Is it immediately obvious as to when the head was lost? Like, does it seem like the head has not been attached to the body for a very long period of time, or that was a recent thing? Is there any obvious evidence, or would someone need to examine?
Can I finesse this question slightly, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Are there any signs? Because I think this is a thing that would be very immediately obvious on an inspection or a preserved body. Was a headless body preserved and laid in state, or was an intact, or did a person die and their head was ritually removed? Which of those, which order did these things happen in?
Second, that's obvious.
Okay, so the beheading was a ritual thing.
The beheading happened post preservation.
Yeah. I think Calic is kind of looking around. I think the candle just went down with the carriage. And is just like casting her mind back and like, Ash, is it clear who was winning? Like, who won this battle?
If anyone won, the figures in like the dark like combat uniform would have like they like the figures in the combat uniform reached the carriage.
Yeah.
But they didn't take the body.
Well, no, because they didn't. Yeah, I think Calic like lets out a slow sigh and says, "Thank you, Val. I was too quick to leap to judgment."
And I like put a hand out toward you, and I'm like, No, you were just trying to do your thing with the burning. I get it.
Yeah, and she like smiles, and she's like, I think what happened here is they were taking the body for burial to be laid in state. A coffin is to be interred, after all. Their enemies came upon them, and she like indicates, like the camouflaged weirdos side of the battlefield, including the dead body of the guy. They reached the carriage. They beheaded the emperor. Some ritual practice, perhaps.
The ritual had to have been recent.
The flowers are dark crimson roses and snapdragons.
And what do those mean, Ash?
Mm.
I'm going to be good, and I'm not just going to Google flower language. And Ash, I feel like Calic is kind of trying to spout lore here. Like, is trying to piece together the story of like what happened, and like particularly.
Sorry, was
or maybe Sparrow is like.
I just was curious because I want to know what it is that Sparrow has noticed that makes them think that it's a more recent thing than that.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your feeling?
All right, I'll do that. So I do have feelings.
Excellent.
Spouting lore.
Hey.
Got me.
Very nice.
Yeah, cool.
That is a different move.
Hey?
It's got, in the details, it's also got a whole different...
Oh, it's got all the stuff in there.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
So I actually think it is reasonable for me to be aiding? Yeah?
Yes, I think that's reasonable with intelligence, yep.
I would like to make a case that I'm doing it with charisma, because like Calic is telling a story here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, alright.
Like it is her charisma that is like...
Sure.
Because here's the thing, she doesn't actually know.
Yeah, she's just kind of like trying to provide a prompt for someone who actually knows the bit of the story to fill in naturally. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Great.
The end to Calic's story, and then Ash tell me how it is wrong. Right? Is like according to Calic's view of events, in the historical past, the beheading happens, and it is an act of ritual despoiling of the body by the enemies of the people of the Nightingale, meant to somehow do this to the king to make him a lonely ghost, or to curse him never to meet an afterlife, or whatever exactly the intention was. That's Calic's theory. What is the spout lore actually revealed?
Yeah. I think Sparrow, with your spout lore, you're there was never the head was never in that coffin, and so whoever won the people who, I think you can tell that the head was never in the coffin, and I think you spotted something in the carriage to suggest that the people in the dark were disappointed to find that in some way, right? Someone had been smashed something, or I think maybe there was a window that had been clearly smashed with a fist or something like that. There was some.
Wow. Okay. So they wanted to find the body whole. And
they wanted the crown so they could control the army.
Oh. Oh. Mm.
Yeah, and
so
yeah,
someone has the crown now, and the Cinder King is looking for it.
Mm.
Or this Cinder King figure is some Because like we know that like some corpse walked out of here, right?
Yeah. So just I want to remember because can someone remind me what was the story? What was the original rumor? Was it that that
It was
someone looking like
a person leaving trails of ash who introduced himself as the emperor of all that lies between the Standing Stone and the Sapphire Sea, like came into the dwelling from one in town. And so I suspect, I think it is more like they are a subject looking to like reunite like the king's body than it is, because like if they have the crown, they have the regalia they need, right? Like at least most part.
Yeah, or it
I don't
could be
think
like
they have the crown.
Emily, I just want to check. I was
Yeah.
very specific with my wording to you earlier when the spirits spoke.
A king can only lead an army in uniform.
Yes.
That was the correct wording. Yeah.
Yep. Just confirming that you had that.
We're making a lot of assumptions about crowns.
Okay, so the uniform itself. Maybe
There was a thing earlier about helmets, about not being able to wear helmets. What was that thing?
Oh, his crown is sort of a military crown. It's like a helmet crown.
Mm-hmm.
But he
That
has
was
the rest
asking
of the
about
uniform.
when he was from, I believe. He couldn't have been from before people were forbidden from wearing steel. He couldn't have been from after that.
But it was specifically helmets.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes. It was steel helmets.
He couldn't have been from after that. So like, okay, so because he wore a steel helmet.
He had to be from a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there's something to do with the helmet.
Okay,
The person
Calic
who
is
came into the
looking.
house-
Oh, sorry, Emily.
No, I was just gonna say the person that came into the house could be like not a corporeal.
Yeah, it was possible. But then, like, everyone we've seen who sheds ash after being hit by the lightning was a body. I think Calic is, like, looking down at the body and, like, sizing up this, like, very slightly scorched uniform and, like, looking at this figure and then, like, looking at Thor and then, like, looking at this figure and, like, looking at Sparrow and being like, who's he gonna fit, right? Like,
Yeah, right, yeah. I want to point out
it's probably not her.
we're at the end of at time for the episode.
Yeah.
Do you
yes.
take the body with you?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, the choice is either only uniform or body, and I feel like the simpler choice is body with uniform.
Yeah, that seems more thorough.
Because then we have the opportunity to decide later.
Yeah, I like that plan.
So you take headless redcoat King Tut back to
Yep.
back to the
And I want to keep the little pine cone.
yes, it's still warm to the touch.
Ooh.
I'm gonna wrap it up in some stuff. Like I'm gonna wrap it in some cloth and like tie it up and put it in my bag.
If Calic sees it, there will be trouble. Like this is me like
Yeah,
player
yeah,
to player
yeah.
saying
No, I
like
think Yep.
this is a thing that Calic is not involved with, or else like it becomes
That's
messy.
cool. That's fine. I'm not necessarily wanting to protect it long term, but I want to investigate it because the other one of these that we saw that was the big one, we like utterly destroyed. So
Yes,
I'm
you
not
did the right
necessarily
thing.
into it, but I want to know more about it. So I'm going to try and keep it away from my body and wrapped up.
Excellent, excellent. Well, then, when you reach the end of the session, you return to town more or less safely. Regain any lost hit points or spells. Then, look at your alignment. If you fulfilled that alignment at least once this session, mark XP.
I did do the thing. I never do the thing, but it happened this time because my alignment is neutral. Show someone the wisdom you possess. It's actually not chaotic. I forgot. Show someone the wisdom you possess, and I did that this time because Calic was going to burn the body, but I was like, "Wait, no, don't burn the body." And then Calic was like, "You're right. That was a wise thing." So I did the thing.
You did the thing.
I'm proud of you, Emily. You did
I've
it.
definitely defended those weaker than myself.
Yes, you have.
I leapt into danger without a plan because I opened up the
Yes, you
casket.
did.
without knowing what would happen.
Yep. Cool.
I am not sure about mine because it very much is one that is dependent on the emotional state of the other players. So I'm just going to put it out there to the group to ask if any of you feel like this is a true thing. Mine is hope. Lead another to act despite fear or doubt.
Oh, yeah. Lightning was going to murder us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
And you
Transparent
brought
didn't
me
want to
across
cross the
that bridge.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Awesome. Right. Then answer these 3 questions as a group. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
I mean, was the dude with the seed in him notable? I think that's more of a question for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my question would be: does the bridge slash the Shiobi of the skies, isn't it?
It should be of the
Oh.
skies.
Yeah, does that whole complex of weird elemental bullshit count as an enemy?
I think overcoming a notable. I think dealing with the guy definitely could have turned a lot worse. So I think I'll give you that for notable.
All right,
And we
nice.
did murder him, so there's that.
Yeah, no. If the thing is, like the way that you approached him was actually like, yeah, really solid as like taking the
Cool.
yeah.
Good team.
definitely
Did we
feel
loot
like
a memorable treasure?
Yes.
Which one?
I feel like the body of a long
The body of the emperor.
memorable treasure.
Fair.
And
also
or
have
living
the
Titan seed, Raymond.
Yeah.
I also have the banner.
No,
did you
the
take
banner
the-
got wrecked.
Lost.
Sorry.
Yeah. It got sucked into the mud.
Yeah, that was what
Such
got
that
lost.
we would not die.
It saved your life.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
It keeps happening to you where you're like, oh, a valuable thing. Wait, I have to give it up so that I can live.
DC, you should
another
multi-class.
thing.
You should
I don't wanna-
multi-class into Lightbearer. Join me in the light of Nadomu.
Uh,
You know you want.
Did
to.
we discover something new and fantastic?
Yeah, the bridge.
Definitely.
Yeah, the bridge, and also I think the fact that the dead human was becoming a chitin because of the little
Yeah.
seed. That
Mhm.
is very new.
I mean, we made it to and discovered an uncovered battlefield. We found a well-preserved corpse in a carriage.
The Cinder King and the Emperor thing
Yeah.
came up for the first time. Yeah, a bunch of shit.
We nailed this one.
Mark XP.
Can we get 2 because we found a new fantastic location?
No, because that's not a question anymore.
Oh, boo.
Okay, if you overcame a threat to Beta, filled the need of its people, or returned bearing great riches, increase the town's fortunes by 1.
I don't know that we did that.
I don't think we did any of those things. I feel like we're bringing more threat.
We're bringing
back
another
to
threat.
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Yeah.
If you return to town broken, battered, and in need of care, reduce the town's fortunes by 1.
No, we didn't.
All right,
Negative.
Really good.
good job.
Full
All
health.
right, no net like loss.
Hmm.
Well, that brings us to the end of our game. That was awesome. That was really, really cool.
That was amazing.
I'm
That
so
was
close
really
to leveling up.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you
level
just
2.
like one off, Luke?
I'm at 7 and I need 8 for
Yeah.
level 3. I
Aw,
believe.
friend.
Unless my Dodgeball math is off.
Well, let's do some shout outs. We'll do our where can people find you? What of your cool things can they spend their money on, or follow you, or support you with advertising dollar eyes, and then also a thing that is a not capitalist thing that you would like to promote. Emily, do you want to start?
Sure. Hi, I'm Emily. I am a filmmaker and an artist. You can follow me on Twitter at BlackwallSays. I am currently taking commissions, and I do all kinds of art stuff. I do character art, so if you want like a cool picture of your role-playing game character, or if you want like a cool portrait of a real person in your life, or if you want art for your game, or if you want emotes for your Twitch channel, that is also a thing I do. So hit me up. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Blackwall, where I post behind the scenes stuff for films that I make, and little sketches, and also my dungeon maps. And my non-capitalist thing is soup. Soup is great. I have recently simplified my life by just making a whole lot of soup all the time, and it's really delicious, and there are so many kinds of soup, and it is very, very cheap. Try soup!
Awesome.
Now you don't need me anymore.
Oh dear.
We can't replace the whole
Look, I
person.
care about you for more reasons than your soup making abilities, Luke.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Also,
DC.
everyone, Emily is wonderful. You should commission her. She is very good prices, very good product. 10 out of 10.
DC, shoutouts?
Hi, I'm DC. You can follow me on Twitter at Dungeon Commander without the E in Commander. I'm currently working on Mutants in the Night that is getting very close to completion, and it's completely making me freak out, but it's going to be really, really good, and I hope you enjoy it. All of the things that I do, you can find on Twitter in my pinned tweet and in my information. Come join my Discord community. Almost all of the people, 3 out of 5 people here are in it, and it's very lovely. My non-capitalist thing is kind of an upgrade on soup, which is curry. And you should definitely get into curry, because curry is like soup, but more saucy. And you can put it with anything. It is made mostly out of vegetables, so you're getting your amount of vegetables within a day, and you can just put it with rice or meat. So really, honestly, it's like a cultural thing. I guess my thing is more so explore other cultures and their values, especially through the aspects of food and nutrition, because it is a eye-opening experience, and I highly recommend it.
Sage advice.
Steven?
I'm Steven. I'm Silent Osiris. The O is a 0 on the internet. There's not a whole lot of capitalist consumption you can do vis-a-vis me these days, which is all right. Maybe there will be more in the future. Who knows? Follow me on Twitter and I'll keep you informed. The non-capitalist thing that I will promote today is drinking your favorite warm beverage when you wake up in the morning, whether that's coffee or tea or whatever else you might enjoy, because the sensation of the morning ritual is invigorating and restorative.
Morning ritual is a good time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Luke?
More warm orange juice in the morning. You heard it here first, folks.
Delicious.
Hello, I am Luke. I remain Luke. If you would like to buy games that I have written, which are typically described by a combination of the words sincere, spooky, sad, or spooky again.
How did John Harper describe the tree game?
Yeah, wasn't there a good...
What did John say?
Did he say it was
action, but okay. So something like
I'm pretty sure it was, like it's so your words are like it's sincere, spooky, and like bananas.
Yeah, sincere, spooky, sad bananas. But you can find that at gamesfromthewildwood.itch.io. Check out in particular Shipwreckers, because that's finally got a revised copy up after I did some playtesting of that.
Good time. It's a fun time.
If you would like to see games I am working on, including my big Powered by the Apocalypse game, or my spooky game about ghosts and exorcisms and the ways that memory haunts communities, you can find that stuff at patreon.com/gamesfromthewildwood. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can do it at Wildswoods Games. If you would like to listen to some cute queer nerds play Monster Hearts and be really awful and messy, you can find that at feelingsfirst_ on Twitter. My non-capitalist plug is spending time with your friends, particularly friends who you see very often. Because right now I am on leave in a different city, hanging out with really dear friends I haven't seen in 10 months. And it's just been really, really nice and restorative.
And then you're going to come to us and see us.
And then I'm going to go see Ash and Emily, who I haven't seen in person since Christmas. and that will also be really nice and restorative. And I want that nice restorative experience for all of you in chat and also my fellow players. I'm done.
Cool. Well, I've been your GM, Ash. You can find me at ACEGIAK, ACEGIAK, on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, Patreon, if you want to support my ongoing game design. Currently, we're doing a lot of work on Oracle, the fortune-telling role-playing game. If you want more of this, we're probably going to play more tomorrow. So I'm putting out a tweet with the scheduling tweet for it, so you can reply to that if you want to put your hand up. There will be more roguelikes here on the channel ongoing, and more role-playing games. So if you haven't already hit the follow button, it's up there. Smash that. Get in on that goodness. And also check out art. Art is good. It can be very inspiring. Emily and I recently went to the art gallery, the biennial exhibition at our local art gallery, and it has provided a lot of really good inspiration for this series. Just take a little notebook along and just like scribble down the random thoughts that happen in your head while you're looking at just whatever other people have scribbled on when they're from their head, and just all creation is synthesis. And so, therefore, put stuff in your head to make stuff with. But, apart from that, thank you all so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. What an amazing party. What an amazing adventure. What a great time. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will catch you later. Bye-bye.
Rousing second to all of that.